Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with another Monday Market Watch. I know we missed last week, but we're here to make it up with it this week. Guys, we have an exciting day ahead of us. The European WCQ just ended with Rika Sun Avalon taking first place. While it was a bit of a misplay by the cashier player, I think we can all agree with that. Honestly, in a stage that big, it is hard to go ahead and make sure you're keeping all the right moves in play. The play was so, I don't want to say simple, but it was right there for him. And unfortunately, it just happens, guys. I mean, let's not, come down on the guy that hard for it. I mean, I saw a live chat as it was, so everyone just calm down. I mean, Jessica played extremely well. We saw the top 4 match, and we saw the finals playing Rika Sun Avalon better than I think anyone can currently play in the world right now. And the deck is completely untouched. So when Jessica goes to Worlds, it is by far going to be the best deck for Jessica to pilot in the Worlds format. Considering that you're mixing both mana lists, guys, every single deck is going to be hit. At least every single meta relevant deck that we currently know is set to be hit. Will it be Rescue Ace that's going to be taken over there by some of the more TCG players? Who knows at this point? Only time will tell, guys, but let's wait and see. Beside that, we got some cards to look at, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so starting things off strong, guys, we have Triple Tactic Thrust, a extremely powerful card in the current format that has just skyrocketed in price, actually pretty impressively, especially over the past month or so. Just gone up quite significantly. Of course, it is a card that we all knew was going to be absolutely busted. Ever since the second it dropped, it was a really good card. You could search any normal spell trap you wanted in the game. You could add it to your hand. You could, in theory, if Pot of Greed was legal, you could search Pot of Greed to activate Pot of Greed, which is, I don't know how much of a positive thing that is, but there you go, right? It's a lot of applications. It's extremely versatile, especially in going second decks. Jessica, who's playing the Rika Sun Avalon deck, even had it going first. Just goes to show you how truly powerful this card can really be, especially in certain archetypes, especially in that deck, because you can search, of course, your Unexpected Diet, go ahead and go off with your Sunseed Loki, and go all clean off from there. So Triple Tactic Thrust is a really amazing card, and it's deserving of its price point. The reason why I'm bringing this up, guys, is because it's going for around $70-$75. $80 at the most on the first page, but it quickly does skyrocket in the second and third page, going up towards to $90, and it's only 32 listings right here ever since I refreshed the page about 5 minutes ago. So it is honestly, this card is coming and going really fast. People are trying to get their cards right before the national season, which is going to be this upcoming weekend for you guys that did not know. So make sure if you guys are going, you guys already have everything booked, have everything planned, your hotel, all that kind of stuff going. You have your flight already booked, you tick your PTO time already from work. Don't just ditch and call out sick. Next is a card that I did not think was actually going to be that impactful in the current format, but I believe with Rika Sun Avalon doing better and better with representation, with overall topping extremely well, this is a card that actually harms the deck quite a bit. So then Drone Lockbird comes into play with the lowest listing right now for $2.20 per copy, almost $3 market price for the rare coming out of Tactical Masters. This is a version of the card that has only gone up in price ever since its release. It went from being a few cents to around $1.50 when a troll is really starting to come up. It's one of the best hand traps in the meta, going up against the super heavy samurai, and now is going up almost $3 again for the rare copy. So if you guys open any of Tactical Masters and you have any of your leftover Drone Lockbirds, I suggest moving them as soon as possible before, of course, the competitive season is over, and then we go back to just hanging out and chilling again, right? So that isn't me. Keep in mind moving forward. Drone Lockbird, extremely powerful hand trap, one that comes in and out of formats, but I say, you know what, it's at least good to have a playset to start off, and then you can go ahead and rarity bump from there if it's something that you're interested in, especially these ultis, which look absolutely amazing, which I would love to have, but it's okay, I don't have any. It's okay, está bien, don't worry about it. Next up on our list, guys, we have Purelli. So Purelli is a deck that completely fell off the cliff the second that ban list hit, and just did away with Super Heavy Samurai and did away with Pirelli for no reason. I mean, the decks were only competitively viable for about 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Only one WCS, not WCS, only one YCS in between. And Pirelli only had 2 slots in that entire YCS, so I don't know why the Konami thought it was necessary to hit Delicious so early on. but I digress. This card was actually going for around $40 to $50 each copy, which actually was ridiculous. Has gone down quite a bit since then, and with the new support actually coming out of the Duelist Nexus set in about a month or so, I don't think it's going to be in time. Well, it's not going to be in time for Nationals, but it may be in time for something later on. It's gotten to the point, guys, where this deck is actually a lot more affordable by all accounts of the imagination. Purely Memory is about 12 bucks each. Used to be like 25. My friend Purelli was like 20-30 bucks or something like that, something crazy. Like, yeah, it was 40 bucks each as well. So the deck overall has become a lot more affordable. You can probably pick up the entire deck right now for about 100 150 bucks, which is actually a lot less than what it used to be before. Before, you would spend $300 on just 3 Purelli and 3 My Friend, which was actually ridiculous. Now you pay half that and you get the entire deck. So honestly, a big win for anyone looking to play Purelli, especially who wants to get the deck early, right before the new set drops, and the Purelli completely wipes the board with all of us there. Another deck that is on the come up from the OCG side is Rescue Ace. Not doing absolutely anything here in TCG, but Rescue Ace is still something that you may want to go ahead and consider. You see the price back here with us in the TCG seeing it doing very well in the OCG, but realistically, guys, I don't think it's going to have that same amount of impact, but I'll leave that up to you to decide. Next up, guys, you have Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, which is actually seeing quite a bit of topping in the best selling categories of TCG player. Price fluctuation was not crazy just there, but honestly, it is an extremely powerful card. It is a card that's going for around $16, maybe 15 bucks if you can find the right person. I mean, a dollar difference, whatever, you know. But it is a card that is, of course, extremely powerful, really tough to get around under the right scenario, and can be brought out quite easily using the Branded Despia strategy. I'm not saying the Branded Despia strategy is one of the best ones. I mean, it is one of the best ones out there, but I would put quite a few other decks above the Despia strategy. For example, I would put Kashtira, of course. Vanquish Soul, I would put over the Branded Despia strategy. I would put Dragon Link over the Branded Despia strategy. Maybe now Sun Avalon over the Branded Despia strategy. I would put maybe even Labyrinth over the Branded Despia strategy. It's just a lot of things that I just don't like about it. Number one being that yes, it can still do a few things here and there outside of Branded Fusion, but realistically, that is the heart and soul. And if you lose to the most highly represented hand trap that is played in literally every single deck out there, if you hard lose to it, is just something that I'm worried about, but it is going up, so it's something that you may want to go ahead and consider. Next up on our list, guys, we have our ultimate rare Kashtira Fenrir coming out of the OTS pack. I want to say it's going up a slight smidge over here, but has gone quite the decrease since the initial price spike, which was back, of course, when we saw the release of the June 5th Forbidden Limited list, which did not do anything to Kashtira absolutely whatsoever. It just made it a lot less degenerate. And it has so many exploitable weaknesses the deck does. If you Book a Moon their Fenrir, or you Book a Moon their Unicorn on summon, their first summon, it really hurts the deck if you don't have that Birth and additional Kashtira to summon. So realistically, while the deck is definitely not dead whatsoever, we do see that the price of at least the Ultimate Rare Fenrirs are gone down quite a bit since the initial price spike, going for around 45 to 50 bucks per copy. Now, a card that is on the come up, because I did see it every now and then when I was watching the live stream for the European WCQ, is Tier Limit Kashtira, was kind of thrown away as the ugly stepsister of Kashtira, not really used in any other deck because it doesn't really have any applicability. If anything, all it does is help your opponent by putting cards from the deck into the graveyard, which in this point is not really, you're not going to be OTKing your opponent, so it doesn't really do too much, but I digress. Tier Limit Kashtira is an additional name you can have if you're playing Kashtira. So me personally, I'm going back and forth on this card. Is it necessary? No, it's definitely not necessary, but I do see that it has seen quite a few sales for around a $7 to $9 range, really depending on where you're getting it from. And the last card we're going to check out today, guys, is Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel has seen the craziest price spike, I want to say, of the recent format. So not anything too outrageous, right? But it has gone up quite a bit. It was going for around 50-60 bucks not that long ago. $95 is ridiculous. Don't buy from TCG Direct if you're going to be paying almost 50% more than the actual market value. It's going for around 70 bucks a copy right now, and I definitely understand it. I mean, any Dragon Link strategy, there it is. in any Dragon Link strategy or any deck whatsoever that can make this, which actually is seeing quite a bit of versatility in the format, just because it is extremely easy to summon. You don't necessarily need a tuner to summon this card. You can just make it a tuner and just it's all make believe is what it is. But I digress, guys. I mean, the card is really good. It's an inconvenience to your opponent because they can't deal with this unless they can destroy your monster by battle, and if they have to destroy this thing by battle, then it has 3500 attack, which is very hard to get over for most decks. So it is something that is at least worth looking into. But that's going to be it for today's Market Watch, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Is Rika-san Avalon a copium deck? Let me know down below. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Clearly Jessica would disagree with you, but let's talk about it together, right? So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.